investors and treasure hunters, welcome to the Tom O'Brien Show. I'm your guest host, Steve Rhodes, filling in for Tom today while he's on vacation. And for those of you not familiar with me, I kick things off for TFNN each morning, Monday through Friday at 9 o'clock. I do a show called The Trader's Edge Show. You can also catch the archives of that Trader's Edge Show on Channel 9, folks. So if you are trying to understand where the markets are going, it's an excellent show to tune into. We always are taking a look at the futures market. They are pointing the direction for where the market is headed. And then at 10 o'clock each morning, Tom and I do a show called The Money Masters Show. And you can catch the archives of those shows on Channel 10 as well. And folks, I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome is to help you to become a better money master. I'll inspire you, and I'll share with you the tools to lead an inspired life. After all, folks, leading an inspired life is what it's all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools, the tool of visualization. I'll start off with a question. You know, the reason is because questions control your focus. You know, from the moment that you wake to the moment that you go to sleep, your mind is always asking questions. In fact, for some of us, even while we're sleeping, our mind is asking questions. So my question for you is this: what comes first, the act or the visualization of the act? Think of it like this. For those of you that are athletes out there, that are golfers, maybe tennis players, you know, what is it? Do you hit the shot first, or do you visualize it first? Think about it just for a moment. When Roger Bannister, do you know who Roger Bannister was? Roger Bannister is the guy that broke the 4-minute mile. Now, if you know the story of Roger Bannister, I'm not going to give you the entire story right here, but think of it like this. For thousands of years, people tried to break the 4-minute mile. He tried to do it as well. In fact, the day that he did it, he almost decided not to do that. But when interviewed, he said the difference between breaking the 4-minute mile and not breaking it was a visualization process that he used. And this time, the visualization process that he used, he went through the entire race, and he saw himself breaking that 4-minute mile. Now, for thousands of years, nobody could do it. They tried every trick in the book out there. Do you realize as soon as he broke the 4-minute mile, everybody else was doing it? Is it visualization or the act, folks, that comes first? So let's go take a look at I say it is visualization. Constantly see yourself, folks, in the place you want to be and the direction that you want to go in. So let's go see what direction these markets are headed. We had the Dow finish down 138 points. S&P's off 21. Composite down 56 points, almost 2%, 2 full percentage points. You had the Russell 2000 off 13 points, down 1.7%. Microsoft off 84 cents today. You had Intel down 88 cents. Google off $10. Cisco down 20 cents. Intel down 3% today, and Microsoft down 2.7. Apple down 2 percentage points, down $11, trade down at $5.70.76. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Would absolutely love to hear from you. If we take a look at the S&P 500, we've got that on my screen here. The S&P 500, folks, closing out today's session, 1373. What is it doing? The S&P, today was a light volume day out there, and the S&P pulling back on light volume, it's now setting up a B to a C of an A to B equals CD up. That B to C is going to take you down into the 1303 area. That's the 0.618 of the move up. And the move up that I'm talking about is off of the June 4th low. You had the S&P down to a low of 1266.74, traded up as high on June 19th as 1363.46. It's just simply doing a retracement. Now, you can see on Thursday the way that it came off that high there, wide-ranging bar. Folks, you can watch us on Tiger TV. If you are just catching us on the radio, keep your eyes glued to the road. Make sure you're in the right direction. But you can catch the archive of this show. You'll be able to see the charts that we've got up on the screen here. And today, pulling right back through that 0.382 retracement, you see the market is always breathing. It's always expanding and contracting. Right now, it's just a little bit of a contraction phase before it does an expansion, before it does an A to B equals CD expansion. If the 1303 area doesn't hold, what you'll see is the S&P come down in the 1287 range. And if it can get down to 1287, folks, I say it'll tag the June 4th high. Won't get down to the low, but it'll tag the June 4th high out at 1282. So your target range, 1282 up to 1303. If we go take a look at the Dow, you had the Dow finish down 138 points today. The Dow really doing the same thing out there. The Dow is trading down. It's going to likely get down into the 12,365 area. It doesn't look to me like the Dow is going to make it all the way back to the 0.786 area. That'd be 12,219. Looks like 12,365 is where it wants to go. Yeah, the composite is headed to the 2809 to the 2773 area. That's setting up the B to a C. All the markets in harmony, setting up the B to a C leg here. Why? Because we had light volume out there. You had the NDX 100. I said you had Microsoft, you had Apple down today, 2 percentage points. The NDX 100 headed to the 2516, maybe 2484 level. You got the Russell 2000, that's still headed down into the 752, 742 before it makes its A to B equals CD, headed to the 802 area. And that's the top of the gap out there. Same thing with the NDX 100, headed out to the top of the gap. You had light sweet crude today. If we take a look at what went on in the commodity world, you got light sweet crude trading out right now at 79.33, down 0.5%. That's down 43 cents. Now, light sweet crude, what's interesting, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that chart. Light sweet crude, though, is rejecting the swing point from, where was that swing point? Let's actually pull up the contract here. We'll take a look at the continuous contract. So light sweet crude here coming right into October 4th. Of course, October 4th, 2011, folks. The high on that swing point happens to be 78.40. You did 411,000 contracts. Today pulls back on 236,000 contracts. Lighter volume, tests the swing point, rejects that. You know what that says? That sets up a bounce in light sweet crude. And you're asking, Steve, where could that actually bounce to? Well, the bounce here, the normal bounce would be a dead cat bounce. That would be the 0.382, the 38% retracement of the full move down, of the full A to B equals CD. That'd take light sweet crude up to about $90 a barrel. Of course, for that to happen, you're going to have to get the king and the queen in line. If we go take a look at the king out there, king dollar index right now trading up 18 ticks out at 82.62. So let's go pull up the King Dollar Index here. And what King Dollar was doing a beautiful 0.618 retracement off of the high. Now, folks, the high was put in on June 1st. The high on King Dollar, U.S. Dollar Index, 83.67. The low that was established was down here on June 19th as it gets down to 81.39. You take your retracement ruler from the high to the low, the sweet 618 area. That's the sweet you'd come visit us if you were in Clearwater. Don't do it today. A little windy. It's going to be a little wet here later on, but if you were going to come visit us, it would be Suite 618. That's not by any accident. And when you take a look at King Dollar, it gets up to the 0.618 retracement level. 82.80 was the exact number of the 618 retracement. It gets up to 82.82. What it also has done here, it has rejected the June 1st swing point. Interesting stuff. Why? If you go take a look at the volume today, the June 1st swing point has 31,000 contracts. Today in King Dollar on the way up, you do 18,000. 18,000 against 31,000? I don't think so, folks. Low volume day on the way back up. It's really setting up right now for King Dollar to pull back. It's possible that the pullback in the markets here could be over. Not enough volume, and there was no fear in the marketplace. When we take a look at fear, was taking a look at down ticks out there. And when I was taking a look at down ticks, I know I wrote it down on a sheet of paper here. I think the down tick today was 951. Folks, fear. Down tick is where you've got, in the NYSE, this is the New York Stock Exchange, you expect to see 1,700, 1,600 stocks all moving down at the same time within the same minute. You didn't get that today. You had 951 stocks. That was the highest down tick today. If we go take a look at the Queen, see what the Queen is doing. We're talking about Queen Euro out there. The Queen also rejecting a swing point low. That swing point on the Queen the euro happens to be, now it actually didn't even get down there. That was the June 1st area. The high there was 124.574. The euro couldn't get down there. It did a 0.618 retracement, though, folks. Dow down 138 points. The S&P's off 21. Our call number, 877-927-6648. If you're driving around in Florida, be careful, folks. We got a lot of high winds and a lot of nasty weather. We'll be right back.